The selections you're about to read reflect three important features of ancient Egyptian culture. 1. Concern in afterlife. 2. Worship of a sun god. And 3. The delight in everyday life activities. Even though these three features seem to be different, they are interrelated. The Egyptians believed in an afterlife, and the people would have the same interests, experiences, and pleasure as in earthly life. They also believed that the sun was the giver of life and nature. Hi, and welcome back. On today's video, we're going to talk about ancient Egyptian literature. The Book of the Dead is based upon the most important myth in Egyptian culture, the myth of Osiris. Osiris was a benevolent god who taught human beings agriculture and other arts of civilization. His younger brother Set became jealous and killed him for the throne. Isis, that sister of Osiris, found her brother's body and brought it back to life. Osiris then became lord of the underworld. Throughout their history, the Egyptians based many of their burial practices on this myth. In the Old Kingdom, they believed that when a pharaoh died, he rose like Osiris from the dead. In fact, they believed that the king became Osiris himself. To celebrate this event, the king's followers recite hymns and prayers based on the Osiris story and carve them permanently into the walls of the pyramids where the kings were buried. Such pyramid texts are the earliest works of Egyptian literature that have survived. By the time of the Middle Kingdom, the privilege of becoming Osiris had been extended to all the nobility. This trend was taken a step further in the New Kingdom. They believed that a glorious afterlife as Osiris was available to anyone who had lived a good life and for whom the proper prayers were said. These prayers, based once again on the myth of Osiris, were written on papyrus scrolls and buried along the dead. The Egyptians called these burial scrolls the chapters of coming forth by day, a name that shows their positive expectations for the afterlife. The second example of ancient Egyptian literature was written by the Pharaoh Akhenaten. He rejected all traditional worship of many gods and goddesses. Instead, he said that the sun Aten was the only true god, and he built a new capital city in his honor. The ancient Egyptians were obviously fascinated with the death and the afterlife. This fact has led to a popular image of their culture as being as dried up and lifeless as one of their mummies. The truth is that ancient Egyptians were a people who knew how to enjoy life immensely. This was especially true during the period of the New Kingdom, a time of unparalleled prosperity and cultural enrichment, the result of political expansion and international commerce. The New Kingdom produced a body of excellent lyric poetry that reflect the Egyptians' joy in life. Like much poetry throughout the ages, many of these poems celebrate one of the great vital forces of human life, romantic love. Now, before you start reading these four selections, I'm going to give you some tips on how to enjoy them. I hope you found this video useful and that you enjoy reading some ancient Egyptian literature. Bye, until the next one.